Greetings again. Welcome to the fourth lecture on the lecture series on robotics and automation. In this lecture, we are going to look at the different types of automation. Now, part of the syllabus being shown, today we are going to talk about the factory automation, manufacturing automation, process automation. Okay, so let's continue here. Last class, recollecting what we did in the last lecture. Okay, we saw about the software development life cycle phases and how the automation happened, the return on investment, etc. That was covered last time. There are three basic categories of automation. Okay, coming to this, we have fixed automation, we have programmable automation, and the flexible automation. In fixed automation, things are very straightforward, and it is a minimum kind of an operation which is being used in products. For example, I cannot ask a coffee making machine to do something else. Okay, there's a minimum amount of automation that is done, which is fixed. It will do this job only. Okay, fixed automation is best suited for high volume production lines with consistent production designs. Now, unit costs are low and the production output is very high, and it is expensive to the implement and movement sequences are inflexible. Okay, it's not very flexible there, right? The programmable kind of automation is best suited where a variety of action or a minimum amount of action has to be conducted, and it can be it occurs in batches and including new additions of sequence or repetitors. Okay, automated sequences are reprogrammable, just like our CNC machine, and reprogramming new sequence is time consuming and the output is low, but it will cater to a different kinds compared to the fixed one. The flexible automation is best suited for various programs sequences that cannot be executed in batches. Okay, automated sequences can be changed more in like our during the prototype making or the product development stages. Like, okay, factory automation. Now, we see factory automation, how it happens is a series of activity happens in a factory, and at every stage some kind of an automation equipment is being used for automating a particular work of the in the product manufacturing cycle. Okay, it is the incorporation of automation from end-to-end manufacturing process. In manufacturing environment, automation often leverages technologies such as pneumatic systems, there will be hydraulic systems, and the robotic arms to create more complex system. Okay, so this is or you can have simply an automated doors, conveyors, etc. You can have co-working robots in the automated system. You can have the gantry type. You can have the movement on a conveyor, etc. You could also have an assembly line, packaging, etc. Also, like, there could be like an FMS, flexible manufacturing system. There could also be something like an AGV, automated guided vehicles, etc. Now, this happens in factory automation. Now, automation process in the production system, basically is being, there's an overlap between this to distinguish where what happens, etc. If it is highly programmable automation, then it's highly product variety is very high. Okay, and the quantity is quite less. The flexible automation has high investment in the custom engineered systems, but there is the variety is slightly better than the programmable one, but and the costs are slightly the product variety is lower and cost is slightly higher than the programmable one. Okay, in the fixed automation, you look for a lot of product quantity to happen, but the product variety is literally negligible, but the automation is very standard fixed components where everything is frozen, and then you simply have to make multiple quantities. There you can always use fixed automation, right? The same thing is been shown here. You in the types of manufacturing processes, Okay, we have again one side the production or the operation volume. On the other side, you have the product variety. You initially in the manufacturing process, you have the job shop production where the product variety is very the volume is very low, but the variety is very high. For example, our tool room. Okay, and you have the batch productions, you have the medium variety ones, you have the medium volume ones and the medium quantity ones. Okay, and the various companies that are related to are also being shown here, like for example, the job shop one, you have the paint shops, machine tool shops, etc. For the batch production, you have the drugs and pharmaceutical and chemical industries, where in batch quantities you try and manufacture components like or the tablets, etc. Then you also have the mass manufacturing, low variety, a high volume ones, where you go in for the automobile plants, food processing systems, beer bottling unit, etc. All these things, or the beverage bottling units, etc. All that. Some, you can do the combination process or a continuous one. You have the flow production and very high volume, very low variety, etc. You have the flow production. Continuously, it keeps on doing the same thing again and again. Okay. Now, this is the different types of manufacturing process. Again, talking about the jobbing, batch, mass, and then the process type of manufacturing. Now, what is manufacturing automation? It is the use of equipment for the manufacturing purpose. It is use of equipment to automate systems or process. The end goal of the manufacturing automation is to increase production capacity while reducing the cost. Idea is to reduce the cost. Now, you can use a robo, or you can use a conveyor for to do the work. Now, a typical manufacturing setup is being shown here. You have a central, you have a conveyor system where all these components keep moving one after the other, more into a job production kind of a system. The transfer lines, etc., all that comes into this kind of production systems. Again, based on the requirements, assembly or welding shop in a highly automated automobile system, you have the robots working, specific cycles on the job as it moves over the conveyor. The levels of automation: you have the device level automation, you have small actuators just switching it on and off, etc. You have sensors and other hardware components to form the individual control loops to the next level. You have the machine level automation, like CNC machine tools and similar production equipments, industrial robots, material handling equipment, etc. Or you can have the larger ones, the cell type manufacturing cell, okay, or the plant level automation also is available, where the factories of future, the previous jargons like factories of future, etc., FMS again, are all the plant level kind of a system, or the enterprise level or the corporate information system. In today's context, the enterprise itself is automated, right from the material entry, its documentation, the movement of the documents one side, the movement of the actual material on the other side, till up to the finished goods level. So different levels of automation happens: the device level, the machine level, cell or the system level, then you have the plant level, and finally the enterprise level. Okay, so moving on. What is process automation? Now, there are certain processes where they undergoes chemical changes. It undergoes physical changes also. That it cannot be reversed sometimes. So there, it's a process of making something. More into the food industry or the manufacturing industry, it definitely happens. Process automation is defined as the use of software and the technology to automate business process and functions in order to accomplish defined organizational goals, such as producing a product, hiring and onboarding an employee, or providing customer service. Now, business automation is, it fits into all these things. The idea is to bring down the cost of the production. Okay, automate at every level the movement of the material, the processing of the material, etc., or a factory which makes juice. Okay, where the fresh fruits come, how it is It's ferment the cleaning process of the fruits, the processing of trying to extract the juice, etc. Finally, bottling them, labeling them, packing them, etc. The whole process of automation is what is being talked about. The business process automation is the every phase of this entire thing is being attacked or being looked into with a magnifying glass and see how best it could be reduced or automated and to bring down the cost. Okay, well, how do we increase the productivity, how the transparency of the entire process can be there, how much of time and cost saving could be done, how the auditing and then the trail and compliance could be the standards could be maintained, then customer satisfaction on the other side being from this end to that end, including the at every stage to increase the efficiency, resource management, competitiveness, and the standardization. The whole thing is the business process automation that takes place. Automation of manufacturing process is the most place where this the entire automation is being used. We use sensors. There is something called as a soft automation. There is something called as a hard automation. In hard automation, you have the transfer machines, which once it is done, you cannot use this machine. They are special purpose machine. You cannot use it for anything else. Okay. Now with these things, in mind, at one end to the other end. Okay, we have manual, and then you have the computer aided programming, then the numerical control, where you have the direct numerical control and the computer numerical control machines. You also have adaptive control machines, which will automatically sense the parameters that is required, and then manipulate the machine parameters, like the speed and the cutting speed, the feed, etc. All that being done under the adaptive control systems. You have the adaptive control constraints and the adaptive control optimization there. On the material handling side, we use a lot of robots. Okay, you have manipulators and automated guided vehicles, AGV, we were just talking about. Then the robots, we have fixed sequence kind of a robo, and then we have the programmable robots also. On the assembly, you have the robots, again pick and place kind of robots, and then you have a flexible fixturing, making a fixture for holding these components and then trying to give it for the production, etc. Flexible fixturing, modular fixturing, etc. plays a lot of role here. Okay, so in the next thing we will look at need for automation. So we can stop here for the current series, and then we'll continue with the need for automation in our next lecture. Thank you very much.